We got a question for our American mamas. Dear mamas, why are cities building statues for George Floyd?
Well, let's ask our American mamas.
Mama, mama,
Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way I roll.
And joining us now are American mamas, Teri Netterville and Denise Arthur. This is a phenomenon that's going on across the country, not just, in Minneapolis where George Floyd was living, but you're seeing this in a variety of cities that tore down other statues and are building bronze statues. There's one in, I believe it was in Pennsylvania, a 700-pound bronze statue of George Floyd in a wife-beater T-shirt sitting on a park bench.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well,
it was tax dollars, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
well, I think one of them was donated. I don't remember which one it was.
It depends upon the town, yeah.
But the thing about it is, if you speak out against this, then you're going to be considered a racist. But I just think that the parents are not looking at this from the right perspective because,
because they bought into the narrative that the media has portrayed this whole thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the media picked him up and pushed him to the top. Now, first off, we have said it more than I can even count on both of my hands. Definitely, I think what happened to George Floyd was a complete disaster.
Right.
It should have never happened. And yes, do I hold the police responsible for what happened that day? Most definitely.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is now, especially Snoops, that's what really makes me laugh because, when something goes wrong and, conservatives say, well, I think we need to pray about it or we need to, you need to go to Jesus or you need to do this with it. But now they're saying, but here's the deal. I mean, he was doing a lot of things for the community. He was participating in his church. He was going out and witnessing to people. So it's okay to say that he was doing that and he was this changed person who, by the way, according to the coroner, was full of all kind of illegal drugs. And I've watched several of his other arrests. He was always doing the same thing, always fidgeting. He couldn't be still. He couldn't do that. But are you promoting to your children that, having a criminal history and then, again, not doing what the police ask you and then it comes down to this and then you wind up dead, which he should not have wound up dead.
Just like that white
you can't worship that.
man that was killed in Dallas the same way a few years before
exactly.
this. Same thing. Jason Whitlock said, he wrote this article that I thought was brilliant. And this is just a little excerpt from it that I just thought spoke volumes. He said, Floyd is not Jesus. He's not Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, or Medgar Evers. Black men who died tragically in service of promoting racial fairness. Floyd isn't Crispus Attucks, the first man killed in America's Revolutionary War. Floyd isn't Emmett Till, an innocent victim of anti-black bigotry. Floyd isn't any of the black men I know who are terrific fathers, husbands, providers, and protectors. Floyd isn't Uncle Jimmy, my media sidekick, whose primary job is father to his young sons, James and Jamil. George Floyd is a prop corporate media uses for attention, a pawn liberal politicians use to push policy, and a punching bag social activists use as a symbol to explain black people and promote themselves.
It's
a prop, a pawn, a punching bag.
Yeah.
That is exactly
They're
nailed
making
it.
a mockery out of what happened. When you would think that all this would have been used in a whole different way. This situation, because number one, we were all on the same page. All of America was on the same page for one day. And then the next day, we should have been teaching every child, every young person in America, everything that went wrong with that, from his responsibility of what went wrong to the police's responsibility of what went wrong. What a teaching moment that would have been for America. But oh no, look what happened. Now cities are burning. We're defunding the police. I mean, this all went the wrong direction.
We really understand and we really recognize how the media and the liberal leftists are all on the same team, because the media only allows you to know what they want you to know.
Right.
They only push the narrative that promotes their agenda. They don't tell the truth. They don't even push facts. They actually are the puppets. The puppeteers are the liberal leaders who tell them what they can and cannot say, and it's sickening. But Americans are not stupid. We get it. We are very aware of what they're doing. But this was one of those moments where we all thought, oh my gosh, the media is in on it. They are absolutely in on this thing, because I guarantee you, had that been a white man and a black cop, I don't think that story would have been. I don't
No.
think there'd be statues erected of that
it
white
wouldn't
man.
have. But I hope parents know better, and they need to talk to their children about all aspects of this whole thing. But I will say, I did see where, because the Floyd family was awarded like $27 million, and I did see where they have started this foundation, and they're using it to breathe life back into that neighborhood for the arts and for businesses and things like that. So I hope that, I know they've already started an endowment of like $500,000, and I hope that'll work out for everybody, and maybe things will turn around there.
Maybe so.
But it's just sad to
so.
me. Be careful who your kids are looking up to, because you don't want them to wind up a George Floyd statue,
No.
because then they'll be dead.
That's a good point. If you'd like to ask our American Mamas a question, you can go to our new website, AmericanGroundRadio.com/mamas, and just click on the Ask the Mamas button, and then you can ask them whatever you want to ask them. They'll answer any question.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, bring it.
Teri Netterville, Denise Arthur, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.